it's Jazz, and you're watching LifeByJazzTV. Today I wanted to talk about all the things that I've learned from having a YouTube channel this year. If you aren't familiar with my story, I have been working in social media and YouTube for the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's been my only professional career, and this year was the first year that I decided to start a channel and really be dedicated to it for myself and for my own brand. So the first thing that I have to share that I learned about having my own YouTube channel this year is definitely that your message is a lot more important than you will ever initially think. When I first started my channel, I couldn't name to you 10 people who I knew in real life who would watch my channel. I remember when I first had the idea, I was doing a lot of research on YouTube, trying to find channels that were somewhat similar to what I wanted to create so that I could kind of have something to like aim and shoot for, and I couldn't find it. There are people out there who want to hear what you have to say, what you have to share, and it's not at all about being an expert. I remember when I first wanted to start this channel, I was like, well, I'm not an expert about holistic living or cooking. Like, these are just things that I love to do and I love to share, and when I discovered, I just want to talk about it. So it's not about being an expert. There are amazing experts on YouTube, and being knowledgeable of your craft is important for anyone who is an artist, but having a channel and building a community on YouTube is really more about sharing the message and your passions and being transparent and authentically wanting to connect with other people who are interested in the same thing. If you create all your content with that mindset, your channel will flourish. You will create real connections that are so meaningful and will take you through the day, the week, the year. Your comments have lifted me in some of my darkest moments this year, and I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I'm sick right now. Okay, so I just had a major cough attack, but I'm okay now. It's perfect because it leads to another lesson that I've learned this year from having a YouTube channel, and that really is all about being vulnerable and being okay with exposure to who your real self is on camera. And it's not always pretty, and you guys are very lucky today because I must love you. I put lipstick on today, but being in front of the camera and being comfortable with how you look day in and day out on camera in front of a bunch of people, whether you think that people are watching it or not, is such a huge practice of self-confidence and self-love and understanding the reality of who you are. Being present and feeling comfortable speaking to either no one, which oftentimes I'm speaking to a camera and no one's behind the camera, but understanding that there are real human beings on the other side of this video who are going to be watching it, and putting in that presence and putting in that love into this video, even though at the time you cannot physically see the people who are going to be watching it, is so important, and it goes such a long way. After a certain amount of time, you really do just stop. You just stop filming yourself over and over again because you cannot do that. No one has time to be perfect. It's such a journey, and you really get to learn a lot about yourself and your voice and who you are constantly becoming. Another thing I learned a lot about this year is that your voice is something that is going to continue to grow and evolve the more and more you put out videos. And the more that you take those chances, the closer and faster you will get to becoming the person who you want to become. Having this accountability of having a video to put out every week has really pushed me to develop my voice, develop who I am as a person, and having people to give me feedback on not necessarily who I am as a person, but just being able to share and connect similar passions and know that I'm not alone is so valuable and so beautiful, and that's the magic of YouTube. Being able to work for brands building their YouTube channels has been an amazing opportunity to learn all the technical aspects, how does YouTube work, how to upload a video, how to shoot, how to edit, all that stuff is very valuable information to have. But the thing that really creates a successful YouTube channel is not something that is found in a tech book or even found like in an agency who runs YouTube. It's really in your heart. That might sound really fluffy, but if you have the right intention for having a YouTube channel, that is where your success will grow, because it's all about making real connections with real human beings on YouTube about things that you are super passionate about. And it's been such an honor to build a community who is stoked and excited about the things that I'm excited about, and to know that I'm not alone in this world. And it's even more fulfilling when you know that these people support your dreams, and for me to share that I support your dreams, it's a connection that is so invaluable. Having worked in social media for so long, I have had these phases that I've been through that have just been really jaded by social media, and just there's a lot of people out there who are negative. There is a lot of bullshit on social media. There's a lot of negative stuff that I just don't want to be exposed to. I don't want to feel brainwashed by certain brands, but you know what? That is just like in the real world. There's a bunch of negative stuff. There's a bunch of people who are out there to manipulate you, but most importantly, there are people out there who are loving, genuine, super authentic and passionate about what they do. And when you can attract those kinds of people to your channel, and when you can find those people who are attracting you, that's where the amazing magic happens. Because when that happens, you will come to a point where you're like, I need to meet this person in real life. It's happened to me so much this year. And those relationships that I've started on YouTube or on Instagram, and we met up in real life, have blossomed into some of my strongest friendships. I'm so grateful and so in awe of just this magic that happens online that not a lot of people talk about, but is very possible, and that is what you really want to focus on when you are building a channel, building a blog, is attracting the people who are authentic, attracting the people who want to hear a message, not want to rant on it, and vice versa. And that's where that real authentic collaboration, creative collaboration comes from. And then that leads to one of my last lessons that I've learned this year, is really just about promotion and collaboration within a YouTube channel. And I've done a lot of these, working for other brands. Strategic partnerships is, what they call it in the corporate world. And what it really comes down to is giving to receive. And that's such an appropriate message during this holiday season, but it is so true. If you want to collaborate, connect, and create something with someone who you genuinely admire and can help you grow your channel, what can you give to that person or that channel, or maybe it's a brand? What can you give to them? What value can you give to them before you ask for something in return? Lastly, I just wanted to talk about numbers and growth, because I know that when you start a YouTube channel, that's one of the first things you think about is, how fast is my channel going to grow? Like, or is anyone going to care? And, that's a very fair thing to think, and don't get me wrong, I think about it myself as well. The process of growing on YouTube is really beautiful because if you set out with the right intention for growing your channel, the more videos you put out, you will naturally continue to attract more of the subscribers that you want, and numbers will eventually become not as important. And that is also a decision, and it's a very important decision to make because numbers and subscribers are not a reflection of your success and your value in this world. It's been a fairly long journey for me to personally and deeply accept this for myself, but when you do get to that point where numbers really just aren't an issue for you, and it's not something that you're looking back and constantly counting, is when you can really see the beauty and the growth of what you're doing and the value of what you're doing. I like to base my success off of the comments, the connections that I make, and the impact that I know I'm making in the world through sharing my message. I'm gonna be very honest, when I first started my channel, of course I had money in mind because that is my background. I've run channels for other brands and I know how to make money on YouTube, but I also understand the process. It's a really long and hard process, and it's something that you have to be dedicated to, and unless you have the intention that's larger and deeper than making money, you're not gonna last. I'm so grateful that I was really able to learn this lesson early on because it's just made me a happier person. It's kept me dedicated to creating videos when I was sick, like now, or when I just wasn't feeling inspired, or I didn't feel like making videos was going towards anything. But I do have the confidence and the certainty that as I continue to build this channel with the right intentions that I have for myself and wanting to be a force for good in this world, this channel will grow and I will attract abundance into my life, and I'm hoping that this channel will definitely make me money someday. So these are just a couple of things that I've learned this year from having my own YouTube channel, and I'm going to continue to post things that I'm learning from having a channel because it's a total process and a journey, and it's a fun and beautiful one. And again, I'm such an advocate for having your own channel because if you are interested in personal growth, it is one of the fastest ways that you can grow and learn about yourself. And again, if you don't know, I'm hosting an awesome creative workshop for people who are interested in getting into YouTube, people who have a YouTube channel already but want to connect and collaborate and shoot with other people who have channels. A lot of the things that we'll be covering in this workshop are some stuff that I've talked about here with my personal experiences having my own YouTube channel, but then also a lot of the technical stuff that I've learned over the last 5 to 7 years of working in social media and building YouTube channels for other brands. My biggest goal is for everyone to leave really inspired and feeling really empowered to continue making videos on YouTube and feeling very successful and happy with their journey that they're on YouTube. So here's my challenge for you this week. If you have a channel, please comment below with what your channel name is, what's it about, and what is your goal for your channel in 2015. If you don't have a channel but you've contemplated having a channel, please comment below with what you would like your channel to be like, and maybe what's stopping you, or if you aren't planning on going for it, what are your hopes for 2015, and just go ahead and put your intentions down there. I'd really love this comment stream to be a place where you all can collaborate and find similar interests and grow together. So if you want to see more videos like this from me, make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you at my workshop January 10th.